Hey there everyone, this is Colin from Colin's Pizza, and welcome back to the 12 Days of Video Games. Woo, woo, woo. So today we're going to talk about another video game franchise that is from Nintendo, but it's honestly one of the very best franchises of all time. Next year, 2021, will be its 25th anniversary, I believe. I think, or its 35th, I could be wrong. I know it's an anniversary year for this franchise, and I'm blanking on it because I think I'm mixing it with a different video game anniversary franchise. I apologize. But the video game franchise is The Legend of Zelda. Oh. Now, these games are fantastic. I haven't played them, again, since I was a kid. A lot of the video games I've been playing since I was a kid, like, for almost a lot of people. And I remember the very first Legend of Zelda game I ever played was Adventure of Link on my Game Boy Advance. The reason I got this game was because my brother had the A Link to the Past, Four Swords, combo Game Boy Advance game, and he wanted to play Four Swords with me because we both had Game Boy Advances. So he told my dad, "Hey, Dad, can you get Colin this game called Legend of Zelda?" So my dad went, I think probably to Target or something. He got this game. Then he came back, and I looked under my pillow. I found Legend of Zelda: Adventure of Link, and I tried playing it. If you don't know, that game is really hard. I think for any player it's hard, and I haven't played it in a long time. I've never beat it. I didn't get that far in it, honestly. It was so hard. I didn't even realize at the time that, like, when I was younger, like, my brother wanted me to play a different game with him. I didn't realize, I didn't know until older when he told me about it. But then my dad went and got the other game, the one that I could play with, Link to the Past. I also wasn't very good at that. I had no idea what to do. I think I was like running around the very beginning of the game. When it was all raining. I was just running around. I had no idea what to do. I was a very bad video game player as a kid. I was just terrible. There weren't that many video games I could play because I was just not smart when it came to video games. But that was the very first. Those are the very first games I played, and then after that, which I got one of my very favorite Legend of Zelda games. It was the Minish Cap. So the Minish Cap is another Game Boy Advance Zelda game made by Capcom. And this game, I played a lot as a kid, and when I got older, I played it multiple times. It is probably my favorite, like, 2D. It's not even a 2D. It's like my favorite, top-down Zelda game of all time. I don't know why. It's just fantastic to me. I don't know why I love it so much. Probably because nostalgia. And I just like, shrinking. That's a cool gimmick. Becoming Minish-sized. Vaati, a really cool villain who is underutilized, but was used in the Four Swords games. I wish they would bring him back for Breath of the Wild 2. And just, Minish Cap was just a very fun game. I remember as a kid staying up at night under my covers playing Minish Cap, and I didn't really do much. I would just go to the grass and cut the grass for rupees. I did a lot of it. I did that. I didn't really get far in the story, I don't think, as a kid. I don't even think I beat the game. I think the furthest as a kid I got to spoilers, was like the wind little area, which is near the end of the game. That's as far as I got. And I didn't get past it, though. Not until I was older and then I played it. The Minish Cap, fantastic game. After that, I'm trying to think. My brother played a lot of, he got Twilight Princess on the Wii. So for the longest time after Minish Cap, I didn't really get any more Zelda games. I think the next one I got was Ocarina of Time 3D on the 3DS. I mean, I knew about other Zelda games, like Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword. I knew all about those games. I just never got them or played them. My brother did. He got Twilight Princess, he got Skyward Sword. I didn't. I never did. But then Ocarina of Time 3D came out on 3DS, and I wanted it. I got 3DS, and I got that game. And that was probably I think that was the very first 3D Zelda game I ever played, and that, I think, is my favorite Zelda game of all time. Not Ocarina of Time for the N64, Ocarina of Time for the 3DS. It is brilliant. It is, might be, it's not my favorite video game of all time, but it's up there. It is up there. This game is just revolutionary, and, for N64 and then 3DS, it's just upgraded and made better. There's some hard parts in it, like the water temple. It's still hard, and even though, every time I played it, I would get lost. I would always miss a chest with a small key in it, but I had a great time playing it. And other Zelda games that came after, like A Link Between Worlds, I love that. I've tried to play A Link to the Past ever since. I'm not it's not my favorite. I'm not sure if it's because I played A Link Between Worlds fully before I went back to Link to the Past. I think that might have been my mistake doing that. Because every time I try to play Link to the Past, I don't care much for it. I don't want to keep playing it. I just don't feel hooked. But when I play Link Between Worlds, I love it. I can't put it down. I have to beat it again. It's just fantastic. Other Zelda games that have come out are Breath of the Wild. I love Breath of the Wild on Switch. It is awesome. That game is fantastic. I know I'm saying fantastic and brilliant and amazing a lot. These are just words to describe how good these games are. And then one of my favorite. Oh, this might be my favorite game is Wind Waker. I remember for Christmas I got the Wii U Wind Waker edition, and all day I played Wind Waker on my Wii U. That game, I might like it more than Ocarina of Time. I don't know. I do wish there were more dungeons and stuff in that game. I wish there was more stuff to do in it. But my favorite thing in that game is just sailing on the sea and looking for Triforce charts. Yes, in this game you have to look for pieces of the Triforce in like charts that lead to pieces of the Triforce. I love that. I know a lot of people don't like it. I personally love it. It's like treasure hunting in the ocean. It's amazing. Yes, it's just a bland ocean. I love it. It's gorgeous. In Wii U, it's HD. I never played the GameCube version. I wish I could. I don't have it. Maybe I'll go back to it one day. I don't know, but the Wii U version is amazing. And I like the art style. I wish they would do another game with that art style. I know Skyward Sword was a mix between Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. And yeah, but I wish they could do another Wind Waker style game. I know there's Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, but I don't like those DS style. It's not my thing. And then there's also Twilight Princess on the Wii U. I got that. I haven't beaten it. Each time I play it, I get to the Goron area, and I have something else to do, and I put it down, and I never pick it back up. So that's one game I wish I could go back and play. But next year is the anniversary of Zelda, and I'm guessing they're probably going to put a lot of these games on the Switch, like they did with Mario this past year. So I'm kind of holding off on any Zelda game until then. So then when they do go on the Switch, hopefully, Nintendo, when they do go on the Switch, I'm hoping it's going to play all of them. I'm hoping for Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword. I'm guessing they're going to do not all of those. Probably not. Yeah, because with Mario, all I did was the 3 ones, the 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. So I'm guessing they'll probably do just the 3, so Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, maybe, or Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword. I really want Skyward Sword, because that game, I have it on Wii. I got it on Wii like a year ago. I haven't played it, because I'm waiting for it to be on Switch. And I feel like as soon as I start playing it on the Wii, they're going to announce it on the Switch. So I'm holding off on playing it. I really want to play it, because that game is one that I know about the story, I know all about it. I used to, at least. So I really want to play it, because I've never played it before. Now there's one game which I haven't been talking about, which is a lot of people's favorite Zelda game, and I would say it's probably my least favorite, which is Majora's Mask. Don't get me wrong. I think Majora's Mask is a brilliant game, probably revolutionary, maybe, I don't know. But it's just, there's one part about it which gives me anxiety every time I play it. And that is the clock feature, or the time feature. You only have 3 days in the game. And after those 3 days are done, you die. You have to restart. But the thing is, in the game, you have the Ocarina, which allows you to time travel back to the beginning of the 3 days. So it shouldn't be a problem. I don't know why, but I just can't play that game. I've tried it. I have it on 3DS. I think I got like 3 out of the 4 dungeons beat, or 2 out of the 4. I don't know. I got to the Zora part, or I think you can go in any order you want. But I got to a part where, like, I don't know, but I just couldn't keep playing. It was just stressing me out so much. The time feature that you have the 3 days, it was stressing me out so much. A video game, I don't think should stress me out like that. So I just didn't play it. And I'm not saying it's a bad game. I think it's a great game. It's very fun. It's basically Ocarina of Time, but different, the location, different everything. Well, not different everything, but it's just sort of like a sequel to Ocarina of Time. And if it's your favorite, that's awesome. I wish I could play it. I wish I could find a way to play a game to its full capacity and beat it. But I can't. It stresses me out, gives me anxiety. And I wish it didn't. I wish I didn't have this anxiety even thinking about it. And that's kind of weird. You don't think video games would ever do that. There's only very few games that do that, which are mainly horror games. But this game, it gives me, it stresses me out a bit. Even though there's the whole, you can time travel and everything, it still just stresses me out. So, congratulations for people who actually, that is their favorite. I'm jealous. I wish I could play it. I really do. But that's why it's my least favorite. Is because I just can't keep playing it. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like that, the whole time thing, it's a really cool concept. I think it's brilliant. It's original. I think. I don't think any other games has done something like that. But I just can't handle it. My mind just can't handle it. But that's Majora's Mask. You know, it's different. Maybe one day they'll have something very similar like that in the Zelda game. I'll be able to play it when it comes out. I don't know. But I think it's a great game. From what I did play of it, it was really fun and great. And if you guys have a 3DS, play it. See what you think of it. See if you can handle it. I know a lot of the games just side quests and stuff like that, which is really cool. So yeah, it's still fun. It's just stressing me out. So yes, Legend of Zelda. There's 3D, 2D, overhead 2D, like that over the head. There's so many different ways that are Zelda games, and I think my favorite ones are the 3D ones, like Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild. I barely talked about Breath of the Wild. That game, my goodness. When that came out, I was astounded by how amazing, like just the open world. I am so excited to see what Breath of the Wild 2 has to offer, because Breath of the Wild 1 is like top tier amazingness. Like the amount of detail and love that was put into that game is wow. And the second one that's going to come out, who knows when, it's going to be probably better, hopefully. I don't know. I'm not Nintendo. I don't know what they do. But I'm just really hoping and really excited for what Breath of the Wild 2 has to offer. And I still have to get Age of Calamity. I'm fine with the gameplay. I had the first Hyrule Warriors. I enjoyed it. So I should probably get this new one and see what it's like. Because it has a story to the Breath of the Wild timeline. So there's more story to that I want to get to play. And Legend of Zelda is so fun. It's just, it's great. And I feel like this franchise, it's not, tailored to kids or adults. It's tailored to people who like adventure. And kids could play it. Kids can't play it. But I think anyone can play this franchise. Anyone can play these games. Some are harder, some are more challenging. And some of the games even have a harder mode, harder difficulty, which is really fun. So Ocarina of Time or Wind Waker, they're just like my top favorite. But there's also Minish Cap, which I just love, and I wish they would bring those that world, those gimmicks back. I guess like the Minish and Vaati. I wish they would bring those back into the more recent Zelda games and maybe future ones. Who knows? Breath of the Wild 2, anything can happen. Seriously though, bring back Vaati. It'd be so cool. Like, enough of Ganondorf. We don't need Ganondorf anymore. Give me Vaati. Give me a new villain. Like Demise or Gear. They're really cool from Skyward Sword. So I've been talking about a lot about Legend of Zelda, but it's time for you to go play the games. If you have a Nintendo console, doesn't matter which one, there's probably a Zelda game on it. The only ones I don't recommend playing, well, I wouldn't recommend are Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass. Mainly because you have to control them with the touchscreen. I'm pretty sure they're fun. It's Zelda. It's hard to mess up a Zelda game, except for something I'm not going to talk about. Find a Zelda game you can play. I think a lot of people like Breath of the Wild, even if you don't like Zelda. So if you don't like Zelda, try Breath of the Wild. You might really like it, just for what it is, an open world adventure game. Thank you so much for watching. I've been talking a lot about Legend of Zelda, and I'm really excited about it for the future, for its anniversary coming up next year. And I think it's going to be really fun and really great of what they come up with. And hopefully they don't ruin it. And I don't think they can or would want to ruin it. So thank you so much again. Have a Merry Christmas and have a fantastic day. Bye!